YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Paul Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, if this your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell every time I post up new content. Hopefully, my good friend Zachary Lee Klawon will be on momentarily. Uh, got a lot of stuff to talk about. Um, even though I already gave my opinion on Kanye at least twice, right? So then we're gonna talk about the stuff that's continued that is continuing to go on in Russia, Soviet Union, or whatever the hell they call themselves these days, right? Might throw in a little bit of Alex Jones, might throw in some Brett Favre in there, who knows, right? But just know those of y'all two things, right? For those y'all that was on my previous channel, y'all need to go ahead and switch on over. And then for those y'all that haven't done so already, go ahead, Amazon.com, go ahead, get your copy. Tell me what you think about it. So basically, hopefully he'll come on here momentarily, right? If not, then I'll shut it down. And, give him a call, see what's going on. If we can actually do this show today. If not today, probably sometime, probably one day next week or whatever. But other than that, you know, this is one time I wish I had one of them doggone um, countdowns, right? Just to make sure, just to make sure that everything is actually really up and running, that they connect, that the connection between myself and whoever I'm gonna be doing the show with, just to make sure that everything's on the up and up. But I don't have that type of I don't have that type of technology as of yet. But eventually, uh, it'll actually really. Eventually, I'll get to that. But my whole deal is about Kanye. If you don't know what he said, I mean, here's somebody that actually really stays in the news constantly. Um, the whole deal about what he said about the Jews and DEF CON 3 and all that kind of stuff. And for those y'all that don't know what DEF CON 3 means, that's actually like a military term to, it's a status, as far as like, okay, how close we are to war. It's been a while, since actually I really looked at those codes and all that kind of stuff. But in either case, he said, I'm a little sleepy right now, but once I wake up, I'm going to DEF CON 3 on these Jews. And he was saying that, uh, okay, all right. So he's about 5 minutes out. But in either case, basically what he was saying is that, you know, everybody that's not, everybody that's calling themselves Jews are not actually like really Jews. And I told y'all this in not the last show, but the one previous to that one, right? And the dang about it then, and then of course everybody's gonna get mad, you know, so-called white folks, so-called black folks, and then you get this one idiot, Michael Rappaport. he got his little podcast or whatever, and then this motherfucker, right? He got the nerve to have on the what is that? The Hebrew star, the Star of David, around his neck. And so my thing is he talking about that he's gonna be at the gates waiting, and I'm just like, yo, you are not. I mean, you just a cheap carbon copy. And I actually really left a comment on his podcast, right? Now whether or not he go back and look at that stuff, I don't know, and I really don't care. But it's just for the simple fact, don't never call yourself something, right? Knowing damn well that you don't fit the motherfucking qualifications. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's no different than, and again, I said this couple days. I said this a couple days back, right? You come in this world as a male child, right? And then whether put like this, the influence is always gonna be there, right? And it may be strong at times, it may be weak at times. But let's just say when it's at its strongest, then it's up to you as the individual, right? And if you need help from mom and dad, then hey, by all means, right? You know, hey, look, why am I feeling like this? You know, what's going on? And you as the parent or parents, don't be encouraging your damn kids to do something that they ain't got no business doing. Because again, it's just like what I said, right? You come in the world as a male child, right? Then that don't mean later on that don't mean go get your dick cut off and you start taking estrogen pills because even with all of that, even, even with all of that, right? Uh-oh, see there? You good? I didn't do no, don't do that. So
I didn't see that, did you?
no, they might have heard it, but they didn't see it. So, but in other case, that don't mean they know who you are. That was my wife, the love of my life, my universe, my everything, right? So, but in other case, right? What I'm trying to say is this: if you a man, that don't mean all of a sudden you don't like what you see, so you go run get your dick cut off, and then you grow some titties. That don't make you no damn woman, cause you still got. Cause guess what? You still got to take estrogen pills, and then the your bone structure, your goddamn muscles is gonna say otherwise. They're gonna be like, you ain't no woman. You'll be like, as what Dr. Umar Johnson said, right? A surgically altered male. so, so again, you know, you can never change what the Heavenly Father was designed for you to be. So stop with the nonsense, people. Right? And so and so so and then it's vice versa. Women, you come in the world, you know what you got. You got the good, and you got the titty, right? So that don't mean go change it, right? So don't. I'm just telling I swear I don't. I really don't know what the fuck get wrong with y'all, right? I mean, it's almost like ever since Caitlyn Jenner come out with that bullshit, then all you bastards just went crazy, right? So again, don't do that. So, and I can actually like really go down the line, right? Motherfuckers call themselves Hebrew or Jew. You a man, all of a sudden you want to be a woman, or vice versa. And then you got those that swear them down that they doggone Native American, right? And And I mean, you don't even come close to what the original what the original looked like. But not to worry, not to worry. I got my card, so that make everything. So I guess that makes everything, everything, right? You know what? It's no different than me pulling out my goddamn driver's license, right? Or me pulling out, if I can actually really get it out, right? Me having probably like one of the best cars that you could actually really have, because with this motherfucker right here, look, I can get on any goddamn military installation that I want to. And if I'm sick, I go to any military hospital that I want to, right? And it's either gonna be free of charge, or the price is gonna be so low it really ain't gonna be worth mentioning, right? So again, stop with the madness, people, right? Learn to love yourselves as for who you truly are. Plain and simple. I mean, shit, we all have our days. We have our good days. We have our rather fucked up days, right? But that don't mean for you to go out there and cut your dick off and start taking estrogen pills, right? Or cut your titty off, get ready to the good, and then now you want to walk around and call yourself a man, just like that one bitch, uh, Hope Gazelle or whatever goddamn name is. I mean, you sit up here and you again, you knew that you was a man, and then you sit up there and you played that bullshit role with Dr. Umar Johnson, right? I mean, God forbid, God forbid if you actually really try to do that shit on some of these other motherfuckers that's out in the street, right? They talking to you and you looking good and both of y'all vibing, and then you either go back, y'all either go back to your place or his place, y'all smash, right? And then come to find out, he find out later on that you was a man at one point. Guess what the fuck is finna happen to you? You finna get your ass whooped. Plain and simple, right? Then here you come after you done recovered or whatever. Now you want to go to the motherfucking police and get him arrested, and then you want to call it a motherfucking hate crime. No, you put that shit out up front before any goddamn thing else happens, right? Let motherfuckers know, hey, I used to be a man, right? And then if the motherfucker still say, hey, guess what? I don't give a fuck, then hey, guess what? You in the clear. So, and then what else can we talk about? Oh, my man Herschel Walker, right? He in the news. Oh, he been in the news. And I actually already talked about this guy on my previous channel. So apparently he finna run for senator, right? And so everybody, you know, apparently some shit that came out. His son that came out and said this, that, and the third, and talking about, well, he didn't recognize me, and this, all of this shit want to come out now, and he acts like really trying to run for senator or whatever office that he's running for. Now here you come. And so my whole deal is, okay, if that was your daddy, if that's your daddy, right? Why you wait until he actually really want to run for office, right? If you was actually like really, um, if you was all that goddamn concerned about being with your daddy, right? then you would have said this shit long before he decided, okay, well, you know what? I'm finna run for office. Right? But no, your little your little bitch ass wanna wait and try to fuck up, and try to fuck up something. Right? And then ain't no telling who else, ain't no telling who else is actually really coming out, saying, well, yeah, he my daddy too. Right? And so,
When you get time, can you get that long flat trail wings out for the night?
yeah,
Whenever you get ready.
okay. So, again, I'm just like, I'm like, okay, motherfucker, where was you at? So I'm, the whole deal is, okay, you should always look at it like this. I get whatever your motive is, whatever your reason why that you feel like you gotta go fuck up your dad, and hey, look, I I get it. Well, actually, I don't get it, right? Because that's some shit that that could have been cleared up, and then now here you come, you want to go fuck up some shit, right? That is not how the song goes. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It's almost like, and it's like with anybody that actually really runs for office, right? Then here come all this bullshit, right? And to be perfectly honest, I'm just like, well, shit, you know, the verdict will always be out on who the actual like really child is, who the child actually really belong to, right? You know, you really want to impress me, both of y'all kill y'all ass on the mark. Well, I think he retired now, but yeah, y'all probably should have. If put like this, Mari, if you're listening, go get Herschel and go get his son, do the goddamn DNA test, and then uh, whatever happens, happens, right? But in either case, I'm saying all that to say this, right? All these motherfuckers that y'all put in office, either put in office, you get ready to put in office, right? Half the motherfucker criminal any goddamn way. They was either criminal, they probably was good before they come into office, but now that they in office, they just as crooked as the rest of them bastards. Okay, so either way it go, your ass gonna get infiltrated. You know, it's very seldom that anybody that actually really runs for office, that they actually really stay on the so-called good side throughout the whole time that they actually really be in office. And I just look at it like this: some of them senators, like Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, all of you motherfuckers that's old as dirt, right? Y'all need to get y'all asses out of there, right? I mean, because it, y'all ain't gonna be living too much longer, right? And I'm pretty sure y'all got enough money stacked up where that you really ain't gotta worry about it no damn more. Y'all hurry up, y'all hurry up and want to get the presidents. They do two terms, and then y'all hurry to get them motherfuckers out of there. But somebody needs to be hurried to get your ass out of office, right? Do 8 years and be like, hey, you know what? Thank you very much, but your services will no longer be required, right? Plain and simple. So, you know, because I'm just like, I mean, because there was a time, and you sit back and we all sit back and we look at, okay, well, you know what? Well, damn, I can do just as good a job, if not better, than what these motherfuckers doing in office. And so then you feel like, well, damn it, I'm gonna run for office. And then who knows? You might fuck around and win, right? But it's it's just one of those things. Okay, do you really, you almost got to ask yourself, okay, is that something that you really want to be involved with? I mean, I get it. You may not like how shit is going on in your home state or whatever, but again, you got to ask yourself this. You got to ask yourself the $64,000 question, right? Okay, I do this, right? And so it's almost like you're going into the lion's den, right? And then and then here they come. They throwing this at you. They throwing that at you. It's almost like the movie Distinguished Gentleman, almost, right? Where that you as the individual, the new blood, right? You may come in and you may have your intentions may be good, right? But uh, once you get in and then these motherfuckers tell me, okay, hey, look, that's all fine, good and well. But if you do this, then you gonna cut off my money or my extra money. And we not we and then they were like, hey, look, we're actually like we're not trying to go down. We're not gonna go down this route, you know. And 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 here we go. We got him in, so let's bring him in. Hold on. Uh, what's good?
A lot. Uh, just dealing with some criminal thugs around my family and the rest of America as well. Apparently, the killing of law enforcement officers, the declining community standards that should be upheld. Um, I'm in a family that you know is part of several people, several interesting people, and I just had to confront some criminal thugs, some gang members at a local 7-Eleven. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
And we walk up. This individual throws a Chick-fil-A wrapper out the front window,
Uh-huh.
obviously gang affiliated.
Yeah.
Um, all red shirts, all thugs. They're thugs, regardless of color, thugs. I casually picked up the wrapper and handed it to him in the driver's seat and said, "I'm sorry, sir. I think you dropped that. How you
Oh,
doing, brother?
is this your friend phone?
Hmm. So yeah.
What's
So
what's up, ma'am? How are you doing? The queen is there.
oh yeah, but she's on break right now because she works from home. So I told
Criminal thugs,
yeah.
criminal thugs affiliated. You know what the biggest gang in the world is?
What besides the United States government?
The army.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with these individuals. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do what's right. And you have to kill me right there because I'm not living in a world where thugs, criminal thugs, do nothings, regardless of color,
Yeah.
brown, white, black, yellow. Who gives a? Are
Yeah.
gonna intimidate me? That ain't happening.
Yeah.
I
So
hand it to them. We talk like men, and they're gonna move along and do whatever beautiful thing they're gonna do today. They seem to be up to good, you know.
uh
But besides the U.S. government, that's where it comes from.
yeah.
Systematic racism
Yeah.
created this shit show. It's abhorrent. It's terrible. But you're still not allowed to be a criminal, murderous thug. That's not helpful. Two wrongs do not make it right.
No, sure don't. It really don't.
And it's just inconvenient and it's terrible to see. Our community, our lives, this planet is dissolving in front of our very eyes. And we need leaders, namely Curtis Harris, to step up and say, we're not doing that. And I feel bad for these guys. They grow up in a community. They're in a unique situation with me because I understand they grew up in a community where that was indicative. What are you going to do? Walk around and be robbed, walk around and be bullied, walk around and do this? They shouldn't be like that. They shouldn't be in these communities, and that should be addressed. But it does not give you the right to be a criminal thug.
Yeah, but you know what? It's almost like you know my whole deal is like when you brought up the whole the systematic racism, right? And for me, right, I get tired of people, right, that they'll be like, okay, well, we don't have the same opportunity as everybody else. And for me, right, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because I just look at it like this. Again, with the systematic racism, the educational system in this country is the most fucked up as it's ever been, right? And I'm just like, okay, and regardless of city, regardless of state, where you from, right? The curriculum is the same across the board. Now you might have your little glitch here, glitch there, but as far as like if across the board, right? It's the same rather fucked up shit regardless of state and city. And then people talking about well I'm gonna send my child to private school. Okay, so you finna teach your child how to be stupid on a private level. You know, I you know I,
Indoctrined.
I just look at it. That's just how I look at it. I mean, I put it like this. I mean, because whether you go to public school or whether you go to private school, right? And we just talk about the private school. Let's just talk about those that go to private school. Okay, guess what? When you bring your ass out in the real world, right? Guess what? You just as stupid as the public motherfucker, right? It's just that everybody else then found out about your ass. So I'm and then I just look at it, and I'm saying this. Everything I'm talking about now, is gonna be in my third book, because I just look at it like this. When we're all born, when we're all babies, right? You know, and you all go to the daycare center or whatever, and then systematic racism is not in play, right? I'm a baby, and then I'm looking over across the way there, and here's somebody else that look just like me, crawling around on the floor, just like me, drooling at the mouth, just like me. But guess what? We ain't looking at goddamn color. So you almost gotta look at it. Okay, where does the separation begin? Does it begin at home, or does it begin once you put your child or children in the education system, regardless? Again, I'm gonna keep saying that, regardless of city or state. I truly honestly believe that's where the shit starts. Because once that happens, right, then I don't look at you the same way that I looked at you once before.
Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. They'll take a mile. There has to be courage. There must be courage. There must be courage. Otherwise, it's not worth living. And it's wild. The area that I live in is this is an affluent area. We just had a major storm, which is problematic. And you have people coming from all over. And make no mistakes, white, black, yellow, and different. They come in all shapes and sizes. What matters is your morals,
Yep.
and what matters is leadership. And I'm having to confront it. What we're seeing in society, Alex Jones, my friend, my business partner, and I say that publicly, was just sued for
Yeah.
$1 billion. As the feds are listening, typing, I could hear them typing. Isn't that nice? Isn't that good?
Yeah. I saw that. I
These
saw
people
that
don't
too.
know what they're asking for. They want to live in a dystopia. I want to live in a republic. It does not excuse the history. But make no mistake, you don't know what you're asking for. I'm well
Yeah.
read, I'm well fed, and I'm well traveled. And these individuals are savages. And they come in every culture. It has nothing to do with bullshit. So when Candace Owens and Kanye West wears something that says "White Lives Matter," what's wrong with that? White lives
And
matter, black lives matter. Every fucking life. I would make the shirt that says every fucking life matters, unless you're a criminal thug and you have a different moral ethic. And we're not going to be ruled historically by criminal thugs. Were things that were done wrong? Yeah. Do we have any association or connection to it? Not really. Not really.
yeah,
But you just want to keep it going. You want to keep it on. Generational trauma. Keep it moving. Keep it going. I'm going to get you back. It's terrible. It's despicable. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
And
And the
you know,
greatest thinkers in the world are saying enough. They want to leave the planet. It's not the answer.
yeah,
You stare it right in the face and you fear no evil.
yeah. And the whole deal with Kanye and Candace, right? Again, I'm pretty much like you, you know, but at the same time, I look at it like, you know, life. When you actually really look at life, right? It acts like really it life doesn't have a color, right? I mean, because if you actually really stop and think about it, right? Because if you actually really gonna put a color on it, then you might well say the same thing about the grass. Say, hey, green lives matter, right? Or red
Exactly.
lives, but the thing about it though, when you push when you push the issue like that, and don't get me wrong, I get where they was going with it, right? But then when you get motherfuckers like DL Hughley, right, which I
Stupid ass motherfucker.
which I swear he like one of the biggest haters of Kanye, right? And then he just want to sit up here and just blast this guy for every chance that he gets. And I'm just
The
like,
chance to actually integrate, the chance to actually do what Martin Luther King wanted. And you got these individuals, and I can speak on this. You have these individuals that want to be Malcolm. You're not going to be Malcolm. Your doctors, your children are here. Your communities is drowning, and it's like I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to do this. It's like that's great. You know how you pay somebody back? You know you get back at an X. You be better.
yeah,
You don't do the same fucking bullshit. Well, we'll burn this motherfucker down. That's great. Then what?
yeah.
It sounds awesome for the moment, yeah? Then what?
Oh, yeah, but it's just like what you said. It's almost like they forget. They forget. They forget that this is what Dr. King, wanted. This is what he talked about in his "I Have a Dream" speech. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay,
What he didn't
so
talk about is criminal thugs intimidating people at a local 7-Eleven.
no, he didn't. You know,
I don't think
and
he talked about that part.
no, and my whole deal is like when again whenever however the people were raised, right? And then they just feel like, okay, well, hey, they can just go fuck with everybody else, right? And so I'm just like, okay, so what, I'm almost like, okay, so you're gonna go out and you're gonna fuck up somebody else's stuff because you're too
Your trauma.
lazy. Yeah, you're too lazy to actually really try to go out and get it, like the people that you're harassing at the doggone 7-Eleven or whatever. I'm just like, because the chances, because I look at it like this: the chances of these thugs or whatever,
That's what they
being
are. And
being a success.
listen. There's thugs in all aspects of life. There's thugs in the
Uh-huh.
FBI. There's white
Yeah,
thugs. They've been running for a minute.
yeah,
Two wrongs don't make a right.
yeah,
It's inappropriate. Fatherless children in homes, by statistic average, not by opinion, by statistic reality, have trouble. They join
yeah,
gangs. They get intimidated. And these thugs end up ruining people's lives to include themselves. So to call it out is not inappropriate. It's accurate. It's appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's racist. No, what you're doing is racist. You want to be racist. You want to be subjective. You want to be intimidating. But we're going multi-planetary. And when you join an institution like the United States Army or whatever branch you happen to be in within the Department of Defense, you understand you run into people, all walks of life. All lives matter. And if you want to intimidate and bully somebody for saying that, you are uneducated and you are wrong. You are fucking wrong. Last time I checked, you're wrong. Tell that to the doctor when they deliver a baby. All lives matter.
Yeah.
So, bullshit.
And then, and then again, it's just like, again, I can hear what DL Hughley got to say, and all the other motherfuckers, they always sit up here. My whole deal is that they'll sit up and say, okay, well, of course, all lives matter, but then they'll say, okay, well, nobody has actually really been through the how they say it, the pain or the torment as black people. And so then again, I always ask the question. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just like, okay, well, who fault is that? Who fault is that? I mean, it's just for the simple fact that, okay.
But the issue with it's going too far now, where it becomes being white is bad. And if you're going to do that and play the tape forward, you might as well rewind it. How did it start? And you need to look to the African. You need to look to the African countries who human traffic individuals. Believe it or not, there's still Africans there. There's still black people there. But now we're African American. Now we're black. Now we're this. Now we're jumping up and down. It's not fair what happened to them. That is true. It's not fair what happened to the Native Americans. But where does it end and where does it start? I think there should be reparation. Truly, I think there should be reparation. Oh, bullshit. You think they should have a stimulus check? You think you should just, motherfucker. Look at the communities. You want to live in a good community? It's bullshit what you did to those people. Yeah. Don't give a handout. Have a program that's realistic. And the program should not be a prison industrial complex and single family homes that don't have a man in it in a normal family structure. And I could hear someone typing, dog. They got my shit tapped like a motherfucker. That's fine. We'll hear it. And then also, listen, you should hear your soul and your family, whoever's listening.
Yeah. But
because we love that. The FBI loves that. Good job, boys. Wait, I took an oath to defend the Constitution. You might want to read it and stop being an asshole.
Yeah. But you know what though? I look at it like this, as far as reparations go, right? And
when I say reparations, what is HUD housing? What is food stamps? What is EBT?
Yeah. But you know what though? I think what happens is that, and I'm glad you actually really brought that up, because what do you think about the whole Brett Favre situation?
He's an asshole and he got caught.
Yeah.
He was doing something. First of all, Brett Favre was an individual who was addicted to a pill form of drugs for a long time. He admits it. He has questionable morals. And I think he grows up in a situation, he has a status where he thought he could get away with it. Obviously, he's not in his right mind if he's consuming the amount of pills at certain times that he did. He just got caught. He ran to the wrong one.
Yeah. But but then again, the guy that he was doing this stuff with, he was the former governor of Mississippi.
That's systematic racism. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So,
it's that infrastructure. It is that infrastructure where he thinks like he could get away with it.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, I'm not here to. I mean, because but see.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna stop ranting. I just got fired up. I just got, interrogated by criminal thugs. I had to go through that. So, I'll slow down. But what do you think about it?
Well, because my whole deal is
You're from that
I'm
area.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you. It's fucked up what he did, right? But then I also look at the simple fact. Okay, you almost got to ask yourself. Okay, well, we both watch the NFL, right? And so anytime when somebody's up for a brand new contract deal or whatever, they're going to be asking for the highest money possible, right? I mean, I regret the fact Favre been retired what 15 years, if not more, right? And so I mean, you look at the money that he made versus what these motherfuckers are actually really making now. It's like that's like a drop.
Down here locally. I agree with everything you just said. Down here locally, they have a show called the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. And what's interesting is he talks about how many times he's been concussed. And it's not an appropriate excuse, but if you look at Tua from Miami when he locks up doing
Yeah,
sign language, it's a thing. And if you talk to a neuroscientist or neurosurgeon, there are effects that cause impulse control, PTSD, all of these things. Now, it's an occupational hazard, granted, but
yeah,
make no mistake, what he did was wrong. But
yeah,
also, what he did for a living, getting concussed for a living, listen, he had Warren Sapp on his ass more than 20 times and smashed him into the ground. Look at Tua. They see Tua doing sign language and they think, oh, great, jump up and down. Oh, wow, look at this. That's serious. That guy will never be the same. That guy had a TBI, not a concussion. That has to do
yeah.
with the brainstem. It's
Right.
inappropriate. But it's like, yeah, but we love football. That it is what it is. And I heard people making like comparisons like, well, we should stop sending soldiers to war. It's like, well, one is necessary, one is a vanity.
Yeah,
And they say, well, hey, I can make millions of dollars for my family. I could do this. Fair enough. But Jesus Christ, the guy's having a TBI, and we're like, well, are the Dolphins going to win or not? Nobody cares. And Brett Favre, this is back before social media, was getting walloped,
yeah,
walloped on the regular. He might have had, he obviously has CTE. He obviously has TBI. It's not an excuse, but it might explain some of it. And he also had a bad drug addiction. He's open about
yeah. But
nothing about it's good.
yeah, what I was saying is that okay, when a big when a big deal when an NFL player, okay, look at it like this: Dak Prescott, right? When he got his big contract deal, it was like $160 million over 4 years, right? But and that's all that we see, right? But here's still this is what a lot of these motherfuckers don't tell you, right? Okay, yeah, you got $160 million, but guess what? That also puts you in the highest tax bracket possible, right?
Exactly.
Which is what 35%? Is it like 35%,
Jeez.
or is it 40?
Well, yeah, something
Yeah,
like that, depending on the state. But then also,
yeah,
you live a lifestyle where you have to have a certain mortgage, a certain vehicle, a certain standard of life. So you're
right,
essentially rolling broke.
yeah.
You're rolling,
Yeah,
but you're rolling broke.
yeah. I just look at it like this right now. He's in the state of Texas, so the state of Texas doesn't have state tax, but they still don't. I mean, but you still don't escape federal.
But here's the thing: if he plays the New York Giants, the way they cut the check,
Yeah,
they take state taxes right out of that thing because you
yeah,
work there. You're like an independent contractor.
yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is that okay, yeah, we see you. Yeah, you got 160 million, but just know Uncle Sam to tear your ass up, and then there's your doggone your agent. He got to get his cut, and
Yep.
then whatever lawyers that you
Yep.
have, they got to get their cut. So
Oh yeah.
so by the time when it's all said and done, you do good if you got 30 million. But all what the fans see is, hey, he got 160 million dollars. No, right? And so when you look at it like that, right?
And his family too.
Yeah,
Oh, can I get this? Can I get that?
Yeah, so I mean, now again, I'm not excusing what Brett Favre did. That shit was foul, right?
It
But
was. It was fucked up.
but I'm also looking at the simple fact. Okay, if you look at when he played and the money that he was getting, guess what? The same rules apply, right? So he, yeah, I mean, I don't know what status that Brett Favre. I don't know how much money he had when he retired or whatever. But again, it's just like what you said.
Listen, when you listen,
Yeah,
regardless of status, when
yeah,
you have an issue with drugs and alcohol, I've seen it through the VA system. When you have an issue with drugs or alcohol, he doesn't have money because eventually it affects the bottom line. You're not making
yep,
appropriate decisions. You can't do certain things. And people think, holy cow, it's a Hall of Famer, Brett Favre. Well, no way he'd have issues. Yeah, he does. Big time.
yeah,
And people, you listen, the bottom line is what he did is egregious. He should be held
yeah,
accountable. Period. Period.
yeah.
He should be held accountable. Secondarily, you should look into the subsect. The general public won't. They don't have the appropriate attention span or IQ, but it's just inappropriate. And he's going to be made an example of, I guess, or maybe, or I don't know how they run it down there. It depends state to state, parish to parish over there. But it's not good what he did. It's unexcusable.
No, yeah.
It's
It's
unexcusable.
never, yeah, it's never good. It's never good. It's never good. You know, I
Especially
mean,
like it was egregious. If it was like a faux pas, like, oh, I didn't know what I'm doing, blah 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 blah, bullshit. You utilize the system. They have the text exchange. It's just highly inappropriate. And like I'll stop ranting. What are your thoughts on that? And we'll change the
I
subject.
mean, because basically what he was saying, he was trying to get this stadium built for this school that his daughter went to, and
For volleyball, fucking volleyball.
yeah, yeah. But my thing is, okay, well, your daughter ain't going there no more now. So what's the deal?
Well,
So
you're on pills. Who gives a fuck?
yeah. So again, I just look at it as some fact. Okay, you and this ties in back to what we were talking about earlier. It is that you got people you got people for whatever reason, right? That yeah, they got the jobs or whatever, but they really, they really not able to make it, and so you need that extra, push or whatever. And basically, that's what welfare is designed for. It's not designed for you to act like really just sit up on your ass and not do nothing. That means like, okay, yeah, we gonna help you out, but we still looking for you to get up off your ass and go get a job. And then I
I'll tell you
also,
what it is. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. You're still picking the cotton.
yeah,
You're still picking the fucking cotton when you take that. It's a fucking shame. It's an embarrassment, and it took me a long time to realize that. Yeah, give somebody a chance to get ahead and go do something. But the way it's being utilized now within a criminal industry, it's not it's not appropriate.
yeah. I mean, because I saw a video. It was a few years back. I saw this video where it was this one woman at the welfare office, right? Looked like she could have been no more like about 25 or whatever. So she's 25 years old. She got three kids, right? And then the guy, after he like, well, are you not going? Are you going? Are you going to try to get a job? And she said no. Right? And
Jeez.
so the guy said, why not? So he said, and then she said, why should I? Right? I mean, the state is giving me, I think for the three kids that she had, right? I think she said that the state is like giving her $4,000 a month, right?
Jeez.
And and then she was on hood housing or whatever.
Section 8,
Uh,
they call it, yeah, HUD, housing, urban, blah blah blah. It's Section 8 voucher.
wait, so basically, what she was saying that, well, hey, so if the state is giving me this money because I got kids, right? Then why go to work, right? You know,
Jeez.
and then and then you know how it is nowadays, right? Come income tax time, that's 1,500. That's 1,500 per child, right? So you do the math. 15 times three, or 15 times five, or how many kids you got? Come income tax time, you got you
Get that
about even more
4,500.
money, right? And so
You got
I'm
that
just
4,500 real quick.
yeah. So so my whole deal is what Brett Favre did was wrong. He stole, and he should be held
He did.
accountable for, right? But then again, also look at it like this: if you're purposely having babies and you ain't even trying to go to work, hell, that's just you stealing just as bad. You just saying you're stealing as much as Brett Favre, but you still stealing. As far as I'm
But
concerned,
you're creating young men who are providing the culture with issues.
yeah,
What I encountered today, I walked right up and handled it. But it's just like, man, that is not a way to live a life. That is not a way to
no,
represent a family. And their excuse would be, I don't have no fucking family because you. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. That could be true. So we should fix that,
yeah,
not exacerbate it, not magnify it, not enlarge it. That is inappropriate. Do not
yeah,
justify what you're doing. And then I get down with the people. I look at the people. I look them right in their eyes and I talk to them. And 99% of those motherfuckers are great people. I'm telling you, they just live through bullshit. And this is what their identity is. This is who they are. This is the momentum. And it needs to change because it's going to lead to something that's very dangerous.
yeah. And then again, but something though. Uh, I'm not gonna use no excuse on this because I feel like that. Put like this: if I had the necessary means, right? Then I would actually like really try to do something. Be like, hey, look, we get your situation, we got it, but here it is. We're gonna put you in this program over here, right? You know, really, bring you up to speed with everybody else, right? And then actually like really try to put you back out there in society. But at the same time,
Exactly. True rehabilitation. Not this
yeah,
bullshit industry complex. It's
yeah,
not fair, man. Like the
yeah.
deterrent in jail is
But
criminal
but you know
activity.
what
What you're
though?
saying is right. What you're saying is right.
Yeah.
We have
You
the
know what?
money to do it. They're not doing it. They're sending this shit to
Yeah.
Ukraine. What about Detroit?
What about Detroit? What about Chicago? Shit.
What about every hood in America? What about our people? Fuck. Like, it's
Exactly.
a political football. And I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. I don't give a fuck. It's wrong. It's wrong and it's causing issues. Those are good people. You're putting them in bad situations. You're just too
Yeah.
scared or weird or I don't know what the fuck you are. You think this little boy grew up and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a gangbanger. Why is that? Little boys want to be like their dad. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Help these people, man. It's fucked up.
And then y'all got to ask yourself, well, I want to be like Dad. Then you be like, okay, where's Dad? I don't know, right? So again,
In jail, being a thug,
yeah, but you know what though? I look at people like Oprah Winfrey, right? That she
snake in the
built the
grass.
school. She built the school over in Africa, or in one of those countries over there in Africa.
How
And
about
so I'm
Detroit?
yeah, and I'm like, okay, so you couldn't build a school here,
Fucking bullshit.
So I'm just like, and everybody loves Oprah, or at least all the women they love Oprah, but but you carried your ass across that water to build a school over there, but you couldn't do shit here, right?
And you live behind guarded gates. You have armed security. You may as well have Secret Service. But guess what? Imagine being 11 years old, a little boy. walking through a hood, being bullied, pushed to the ground, robbed, threatened with weapons. What the fuck would you do? And now you're gonna jump up and down in Africa as an American citizen? Really? That's how we're gonna do it. And they give Trump problems for this. Oh, you pardon Lil Wayne, you pardon Kodak Black. That's his community. He lives in Miami. Oh, he's just doing it
Yeah.
for clout. He's just doing this. Come on, man.
You know what, and right to this day, I think that's the only reason why they got Trump out of there, because Trump was doing
Too
just
real.
a little bit too much, right? And the motherfuckers didn't like it, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh, speaking of that, did you hear that bullshit what President Biden said?
Oh, hold on. Did it sound like this? Sha 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 sha.
Yeah, because he called it. They asked him. They asked him if Trump was to run, would he be able to beat Trump? He said, yeah. And I'm just like, no, you didn't beat him the last time. So I'm just, you
Yeah.
know,
He's like, yeah, I could beat him. I actually have Hunter Biden's email. It's my son. I'm sure you heard of him. He has Hillary Clinton's email, and there's a way we could beat him. It's probably with a hammer, but yeah, sha 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 sha. Fuck that dude, sir. You should respect the president. Is that right? Is that right? I should respect him. I respect him I respect him as much as I respect cancer on my testicles. Fuck him. Fuck you, Joseph Biden. Fuck your son. Fuck everybody. You're destroying the country. You know what I respect? My oath to this country. I respect the oath that I took to the Constitution. I respect my brothers who I fought with, and that's it.
yeah.
That's it. It's a
But you know what
fucking
though?
joke. Fuck you. And tell Kamala, hey, we can hang out. Maybe I'll convince her. If she shuts her mouth, I'll convince her too.
Yeah. But you know what though? As of yet, not to say, that it's something that I'm looking for, because I don't actually like really look for trouble. But
Me either. I'm looking to defend this country. Kurt, we
yeah,
took an oath to
but
this. We're required to.
yeah, yeah, and I, I, I haven't had no encounters. Um, at least not yet. Anyway, I haven't had no encounters where,
Yeah, not yet. Not after this podcast. My bad.
yeah, I haven't had any encounters where, people just come up to me and try to harass me, and, anything like that. And and I get it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's bound to happen, but um, I'm just like, everywhere I go, you know, they act like, I mean, I don't tell them who I am, right? But
Yeah.
a lot of the
You know what
young,
you should be encountered. You should be encountered with. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you,
I mean,
sir, for defending this country. Thank you for the fact that I could go to Chick-fil-A, I could go to McDonald's, I could go to Walmart and jump up and down. Thank you, sir, for defending this country. That's what you should be encountered by. Thank you for getting through the
now,
adversity. Thank you for being a person of color. Thank you for driving through a systematic racist system and being a fighter, a warrior. Thank you, sir. That's what you should be encountered by.
now the gym that I go to, everybody in there, they know that I'm retired. I'm retired army. Hell, half the motherfuckers that bought the book or whatever, and just like I say, they'll wave at me. We'll talk for a few minutes, and then uh, we go ahead and we do whatever it is what we actually really gonna do in the gym. And then it's the same thing if I go to any convenience store or whatever. Uh, I don't just come out and just tell them, hey, I'm a retired United States Army staff sergeant, but they'll look at me and like, hey, what's going on, OG? Right? And
Yeah.
I'll wave back, and then we keep it pushing. But um, it's just for some fact that to for that to happen, you know, it's just like, okay, again, where's there's a disconnect somewhere. As far as like, okay, I mean, what makes you feel that you can do this, or what makes you feel that you have to do this? Because It's like, hey, everybody struggles, from time to time, but I mean, but don't take my last money because you too goddamn lazy. I mean, no, don't do that to me. I
You
don't
just
deserve
you
that.
just drilled it. Lazy. Drilled
Yeah,
it. You think it's more confused or lazy or both?
it's both. It because it's almost like the whether it's put like this, whether it's you put it with the crabs in the pot or the two flies in the jar, right?
That's brilliant.
It, put like this, because say you capture two flies, right? And you put them in a jar, and then you close the jar, right? And then they every time they try to get out, they hit their head, and then eventually they gonna stop trying, and then you gonna take the lid off, right? And then they just there, right? And ain't nobody told, hey, motherfucker, the lid is off, right? Or you can do this thing with the crabs in the pot. You had that one motherfucker, he trying to get out, and then he come on the rest of them trying to pull that motherfucker down, right? You know, and then it's like, and then they wonder, and then you wonder why when that one crab get out the pot, and then he ain't trying to help nobody else because they ain't gonna do nothing but pull your ass back in the damn pot. So, for the most part, I could be like, okay, I get it in a sense. I mean, but damn, you know what? If okay, so if the motherfucker pull you back into the pot, then I'm like, well, damn, you got out the first time, shit, do it again, right? And then
Maybe you like
eventually,
the pot.
yeah, and then eventually, the motherfuckers gonna follow you, right?
Huh,
I just you in the pot, because you want to be in the motherfucking pot, plain
exactly.
and simple. You know, because once you get out the pot, then now it's like, well, damn, now I gotta stand alone. I'm standing alone now. I can't blame nobody. I can't blame nobody else, right? If I fuck up now, it's totally completely on me. And a lot of motherfuckers are scared of that, right? But then again, I also look at it like this: whoever your parents are, or whoever your parent is, right? Then it's up to that parent. Hey, look, I didn't get a chance to get out this motherfucker, but I'm gonna make sure that your ass do.
Yeah,
Or
love that.
so I mean, because I'll be the first one to tell you, right? I didn't meet my actual dad until I was 19 years old, right? But my mama, she told me, not to say that I lived in a bad neighborhood. I mean, hell, matter of fact, everybody that lived in the same neighborhood that I did, we all got out and we all had success. Matter of fact, and put like this, that woman that's in the next room, that's what we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yep.
Her brothers and her other sisters, right? We made it. We got out there, motherfucker. Not to say that the neighborhood was bad, but we had parents that actually really gave a damn, right? They wanted for us to be a success,
Actual
right?
leadership.
Yeah, and then like my stepdad, Joseph R. Harris, aka Bozo. Just like I said, he dead and gone now. But I'll tell you right now, Zach, I swear that motherfucker knew everybody goddamn Little Rock, Arkansas. Right?
I love
So
that. I love that. You got to be a man of the people.
yeah,
Vote for me. Jump up and down.
but here's the deal. But I'll never forget it. When I graduated high school, and he asked me, he said, how come you didn't never cut class? And I told him, because you know every damn body in Little Rock, Arkansas, right? What I look like, what I said, what I look like cutting class, well, you know every goddamn body, right? And then he thought about it for a minute. He's like, okay, yeah, that do make sense, right? Because if I cut class, I already knew what the motherfucking consequences was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch your ass
And
whooped,
that
right?
was your truth.
You know.
That
So
was your truth.
yeah. So again, and then my son, you know, uh, it was the same thing with him, right? And I told him like, you can try to cut class, right? But I told him, look, I'm goddamn dual sergeant. I ain't always got to be in the office,
Let's
you know.
get that right.
So
Let's get that
you
right.
know,
Let's get that right. Hey, people, this is what people understand. Like, there's listen, they're gonna clip this. They're gonna make views of this. It's gonna go viral. But what they don't understand is two men who are in Korea. We'll call them veterans. I don't like saying people of color. I say like I don't want to make it racial. How about this? Two Americans who happened to be in Korea went down to a command base, a 3 hour trip on a bus charter, and changed the world. And that was the beginning of woke. And these people just ran in a different way. They went crazy. This is not what this is about. That was the real deal. Holyfield. And
yeah,
I don't think people will ever understand that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, maybe fortunately, we'll have to live with that. We were on a bus for 3 hours driving on, like, who knows what these people are going to do, these white people are going to do to us. And
yeah,
we got in their face. We talked. They said, okay. And the rest is history. But somebody had to do it. And that takes the biggest cojones. I'm telling you. That's not a game. That's not a joke. That's real deal. That's real deal history right there, ladies and gentlemen. And nobody wants to hear that. And I'm posting a screenshot that's taken from me being on Infowars.com with my good friend Alexander Emmerich Jones. I post that picture because that's a point of solidarity. What they are doing to him in the First Amendment and charging him with one bill is
yeah,
laughable. You really want to fight now, yeah? 954 million. That's fine. Let me make 10 billion. Because I'm going to shove it in your face. I'm going to shove it in your face till you kill me, kid.
yeah.
That's bullshit. I posted that screenshot for a reason.
Night.
That's me. That first. Hey, that's me. That's me in front of a battalion. Look at that.
Yeah.
Kurt, you remember that? 4-5.
I'm gonna fry the
What?
rings
What?
though. He's gonna bring stuff like that.
Hold on, wings. Am I invited?
Yeah. So, but
Hold on.
you know what?
Hold on. Was you talking about chicken wings?
Well, yeah, that's for later on tonight, man. That's later on tonight, man. You know,
Well, can I get an
you know.
invite? My God, it's a short flight.
Well, if you waiting for if you if you can get there with the next couple hours, then hey, by all means, you know. But
Hold on. Do you have a 20-piece, 30-piece? You know how I am.
look, we went out and bought a 40-pound box of chicken wings yesterday for
Hell
$35.
yeah. Hell yeah. But anyhow,
So,
my man. Hey, no, we're gonna make that reunion happen. I'm telling you. Sorry, that's a
yeah,
tangent. We could have fun. This is a podcast. It's a
yeah.
podcast. Let the FBI let the
But
FBI type. Let the FBI type and come here with your shirt tucked in, team. Come here at 5 a.m. and pull me at the house like Roger Stone. Make me a martyr. What you did to my boy Alex, it's fucked up.
yeah,
So come do it to me. Come bring that same energy. Come bring that smoke, team.
yeah.
Oh, and they're like, oh yeah, we actually will do that.
But
Make
yeah,
me
man,
famous, motherfucker. What do you think about Alex?
My thing, you know, that would be one guy that I really wouldn't mind meeting. I really wouldn't, you know, because
We had deals in place. Use the podcast studio. I'm listen to anybody listening. I'm a disabled veteran. I had issues. I was dealing with stuff. I messed this up for 2 years. We had deals in place to work with free speech systems. We had deals in work to work with Alex
yeah,
Jones in Austin, and that's on me. But what's going on to him is historically unbelievable. 1 billion
yeah,
for utilizing the First Amendment, and the First Amendment happens to be a part of the Constitution. They literally swear you in and say you swear to defend this thing. So what am I supposed to do? You're between a rock and a hard place. You say swear to defend this. Well, it's an amendment. Which one? The fucking first. What am I
Yep.
supposed to do? Jesus Christ. The company is called Free Speech Systems. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. And because basically, basically they making this guy pay because of a matter of opinion. Now, I just look at it like this. We all know what the fuck happened at Sandy Hook and all that other shit, you know?
We also know what the fuck
And
happened at the Fort Hood shooting. Keep that
yeah,
on record.
so
I'm sure the feds would like to hear that. Come interview me about that, motherfuckers. Sorry, I'll stop.
yeah, so I just I just look at it like I'm like, wow, really? So this is what the fuck we do now, you know? And I'm just like, and I just look at it like this, put it like this. Anytime when you see, put it like this, anytime when you see a certain female at the Sandy Hook shooting, and then you see the same female at another doggone man shooting, something is seriously wrong with that damn picture. I'm just putting it out there, right? So, it is what it is, man. But you know, I'll be the first one to say it's fucked up. You know, uh, I mean, I'm just like, okay, so here's a guy that he put out. He's no different than where he's different than what the regular news media is. Here's a guy that actually comes out and he'll tell you what it is. I mean, he's the one that exposed the Bohemian Grove. So I mean, I'm just like, well, damn, come on now.
And Epstein Island.
So
He was talking about the island way before Epstein news came out.
yeah. So
Man, it really concerns me because I have a tracking thing on here. You can just hear the tapping. Individuals are listening to this, and it's just concerning. Because I think to myself,
yeah, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff. I'm hearing a
yeah,
lot of stuff.
yeah, because they're sneaky and they're listening, criminal thugs. And I think to myself, wow, why'd you have to be a criminal thug? And we talked about it. It's just despicable. When you see the subpoenas on Trump, when you see the dissolution of this country, wow, wow. I guess it's just a criminal carnival. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourself. Your mother would be real proud. You're a big boy doing that. You hear the tapping?
Yeah, I hear it. I hear
Yeah,
something that
that's
sounds
great.
like dial tones and everything. So I'm like, wow, really?
They could download this dick in their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I'm going out fighting, team. Guns a blazing. So come up. You
yeah.
better bring the army. I got bad news for you. They like me better than you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So
Anyhow, how do you wrap this up? I'm gonna stop. I feel like I've been ranting too much. I want you to wrap it up. I want to
I
hear
mean,
like a
but
rant from Kurt.
I was like, okay, like you give your final thoughts, and then I give my final thoughts, and then we'll shut it down. You know.
I'll base it off of you because I've been talking too much. I want you to get it off your not off your chest, but like what you're thinking.
Well, I'll say this. You know, I need for anybody that's gonna watch this later on, right? I want y'all to actually really take in consideration whatever the fuck it is that you're watching on TV, right? And then ask yourself the all important question or question: is this really happening, right? And then if it is, then ask yourself why, right? Always ask the question, right? Be like a 5-year-old, right? 5-year-old and put like this: whatever question that they ask you, you answer. Then they always call like why, and then you do that why and why, right? You know, ask the question why until you motherfucking blue in the face, right?
Yeah, for real.
Keep asking until you. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done. You go ahead. You close it out.
I love it. You broke up at the end because apparently we have a lot of traction.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I would like to warn all the criminal thugs in government, in communities, everywhere, to look inside themselves and think about their sisters, to think about their mothers, to think about their daughters, to think about their sons, to think about their brothers. And I implore you, do what's right, because I fear no evil. I will stand right here and I will not back down because it's the right thing to do. This has nothing to do with nationality. This has nothing to do with race, but good will win. Good will win. And I feel bad that you have a karmatic balance in ego that you think is so important that you have to ruin other people's lives, ruin society, ruin the human experience. I invite you. I don't expel you. I invite you to change your ways. And make no mistake, I will fight fire with fire, superior fire. I will not be intimidated. I will not back down, and we will not lose. We do not lose.
All righty. And so and so and this is how I always hit all my shows. So and with
Hold on,
that
hold
being
on.
said,
Hold on. Real quick. I see we're at an hour and 16 minutes. I need a Curtis
yeah.
Harris rant. I need motivation. I want you to go 4 more minutes on something. Let's see. Listen, this is a work in progress. He's got chicken wings to eat. This guy's got things to do. This is his life's work. Give me something about, let's see, we'll call this a wild card topic. What do you think about the NFL?
It's
We have to keep it fun
becoming
for the
more
viewers.
and more. It's becoming more and more like the WWE each and every Sunday, right?
That's hilarious.
Right. You know, especially with this roughing the passer rule. It happened to Tom Brady. Then it happened
Did you
again
see
with the
that call? That
Raiders
was
in 2000.
bullshit. That was, if I was
Yeah,
a Falcons fan, I'd be pissed.
yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm looking at, this is more and more like WWE every goddamn Sunday. Um, you know, it's I mean, but then again, I mean, because I see it for what it is. You see it for what it is. But apparently everybody else, it's almost like, okay, well, damn, y'all don't see this or whatever. And then they were just like, ah, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm just like, okay, hey, whatever. It is what it is. Right. Um, and then, this thing with this whole thing with Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush, I like to call him Coop DeVille, but I asked the question yesterday. So, I asked the question. I asked the question yesterday, right? Okay, well, if and I'm gonna tell you, this is, and I'm a Cowboys fan, right? But if you actually really look at that organization historically now, they've never had a black quarterback, as like the face
Wow,
of the
I never
franchise.
thought of that. Is a great point.
Because think
What
about
do
it,
you what do you think it
you
is?
had
Like the DFW, like the DFW, the fan base, they can't handle it. That is a great point. I never thought about that.
yeah, because I mean, because if you go back and look at the history of the Cowboys. You had
Wow,
Don
that is a
Meredith,
great point.
you had Don Meredith, you had Roger Staubach, you had Danny White, you
Aikman,
had Troy Aikman, right?
Romo.
And then they had Quincy Carter for a minute, but then they got him out of there because he would always come
Yeah,
up
they were
out on the
never
motherfucking bench,
franchised. They were plugins.
right? But
You got
but just
Romo.
like I say, yeah. But then but what I'm saying, here's a franchise that the quarterbacks are white, right?
Yeah.
And Jerry, because and then you look at this with Dak, he didn't want to give Dak all that money, right? And then he's just tinkle pink that Cooper Rush is one of these damn games. And I'm just like, okay, if put like this, because they go into Philly Sunday night, Yesterday was Jerry
The
Jones'
Cowboys play
birthday.
Sunday night.
Yeah, they play Sunday night in
Oh,
Philadelphia.
hell yeah!
So here's the deal. And I asked the question, right? I said, okay, so if Cooper Rush wins Sunday night,
Is it Cooper Rush or Cooper Cup?
no, Cooper Rush,
Damn, I need to get my
right?
shit together. So
You know, like I said, I called him Coopterville. But the thing about it though, so if Coopterville wins, listen, if
Coupe
Coopterville
Deville,
wins
Coupe
Sunday night,
Deville.
yeah, you know, because that was a Cadillac back in the day. You know, that's why I called him Coopterville, right?
That's hilarious. Sorry, go ahead.
You know? So I'm just looking at it like this. So if he wins Sunday night, because everybody else, all of the doggone sports shows that I watch on
They're gonna
ESPN,
hand the Eagles their first loss.
yeah, put like this. Max Kellerman said this. He said, if Cooper Rush wins, I wouldn't bring Dak back. You know, keep Cooper Rush in until he loses. So I'm just like, okay, well, so I'm like this, okay, so what if this motherfucker don't lose until like week 12? You know?
What if the Cowboys go on the run, win the Super Bowl? Because listen, like especially the NFC, but the NFL in itself, wow, very different. There's
Yeah.
teams, everyone's going through a lot. If the Cowboys go on a run and win the championship, they're gonna have to bring the National Guard out in Texas, yeah, because it's gonna be wild. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love to.
So,
They're gonna have to bring the National Guard out because they're gonna riot.
Yeah, I know, right? So, but yeah, I you know, I just look at that, you know, and you know, I was talking to one of my other guys, and then we talked. And I'm like, I said, you watch, oh, Dak Prescott gonna be out of a fucking job. I mean, yeah, I know Jerry's paying him that money, but I know what type of owner Jerry Jones is, right?
He just really unimpresses me. The same way Jameis Winston did, the Florida State product that came to Tampa, and it was just like everything's there, You should do great. He just does not have it, and they just need that guy. It's not that special. Look at the formula. If you look at Peyton, if you look at Brady, it's not that hard. Like you just need someone to stay in the pocket and deliver. And some of these guys, they're doing too much, and sometimes too much ends up being too bad. And I think you're right in your assessment. And I'll be watching Sunday night, and make no mistake, I'll be rooting for them boys. Because we have to give Philly the first loss. The Philadelphia Eagles was the first girl that broke my heart. Back before the Bucks won the Super Bowl their first time in the NFC Championship, they had a pick six that put the dagger in the Bucks. And you know, it was on a Sunday night. I'm sitting there with my family, and they did it. And I'm like, I cannot believe they lost. And I'm like, I'm not going to school tomorrow. My dad's like, the fuck you're not. But they put a dagger in us back in the day. This is the old school Bucks. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, John Lynch, the Tampa 2. That's where that terminology came from. And they put a dagger in me, and then we ended up beating them, and now they're 2-time Super Bowl champs. But fuck the Eagles, and I hope the boys whip that ass. How about that? And give them the first loss, because they're the only undefeated team in the NFL at this moment.
Yeah. And but yeah, man.
But they're a paper tiger. They're a paper tiger, a house of cards, and I hope the boys just run through them.
Yeah, and I just got the thing. My battery's running low, and but yeah, man.
Let's make this a weekly thing, dude.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So I'm gonna end it like how I always end it. Hey, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street right on Paulus Harris, aka the crazy uncle.
Hey, can I give you one? Can I give you one more to add?
Go ahead.
In the Arab community, they say Mima. It's like a female grandmother, Mima.
Okay. All right. I'll do that next time.
Hey, add her too. I love you, brother.
All right. All right, man. I'm gonna talk to you, man.
All right, peace, brother.
All right, yep.